Hey guys, this is Heartland Hitman's Imperative. Today I want to just take a look into a couple replays with the idea of less analysis of games and more a little bit of a talk about your mindset when you go into your ladder. There are a lot of problems involved with laddering for people who get anxious, who are very, very worried about wins, losses, about how they're doing, about what league they're in, these kinds of issues. So today I just want to take a look at a couple replays, and I've done a few different things today to try to kind of demonstrate the different mindsets we can have going in. So in this first replay, what my goal was that I was going to not worry about my build, not worry about units. I was going to try to creep spread, and I was going to try to make sure I hit all of my injects and didn't really supply block myself. So I'm paying most of my attention into just watching my supply, trying to watch my mineral and my gas counts to some extent, try to not bank a lot of mineral, and just make sure that my injects were good. So we're just going to kind of flip through this. And what I was using actually was a system developed by Jack Attack that was shown to me today called the Staircase. So my idea was, I would generally like to improve to Masters level play. So I'm allowed one hard supply block. And what that means is, a hard supply block would be, I need to make another unit, but before I can do that, I'm already supply blocked. Now I have to create an Overlord, I have to wait the 25 seconds, and then 25 seconds later, I can create my unit. So, my goal was to play and not have more than one hard supply block, and also to some extent, just kind of practice scouting, practice my build order, but those are of lesser importance, as you can see, as I've already screwed up and produced an early gas in the Zerg versus Protoss. So, we'll notice, I'm just going to stop. My inject timing was actually much better. I have very, very low energy on my queens. As we can see, I hit them very quickly after. I'm trying to keep this energy as low as possible. Get out a third and a fourth queen so that I can start creep spread. Just hit these very quickly. Just begin to push out this creep spread to make sure that I'm really keeping all of my energy on my queens down. The other thing that I really wanted to do, as part of Jack Attack's, the Staircase method is what he calls it, is I wanted to keep my queens under 70 energy at all time. So I really never wanted to let them go past 70. So, as we can see, we're about 9 minutes in. I don't really have my layer. I've gotten speed. I haven't gotten an Evo chamber. I have a spore down. I have a spine down. Here's my 2 Evo chambers. I'm kind of just barely finishing them. These kinds of things aren't very important. This is a 14.5 minute game because it's a fast loss. But my focus was not on winning. This is a good game that I played because I can turn around and say, I kept my queens fairly well used, under 70 energy at all points. We can see they're starting to climb up a little bit, but still under 70. I made sure I was using them. I made sure I was spreading creep. My creep spread was very good for my norm. Not very good for a higher level player, but better for my norm. And I really did make improvements in how I was playing with the mechanic of my queens. With keeping this energy down, with keeping my injects hitting faster. I did what I wanted to do, and I didn't worry about losing. Now the reason I can do this, and I say that I can do this, is because my mindset was coming in that my goal for StarCraft is to improve. I want to be better. I want to be in a higher league. This is not an uncommon thing. But I take it and I say that were I to get to that higher league, or how I should get to that higher league, is not by learning a cheese. It's not by, perfecting one build order. It's by really banging down and just, saying, I'm going to break down, I apologize, and refine my mechanics. And so I picked a very, very basic one to start with that I needed work on, which was my queens, which was larva injects and creep spread. And so I took this mechanic and I broke it down and I said, I'm going to play ladder games and I'm going to do this on the ladder so that I have some pressure, so that people can kill my creep tumors, so that I can have this pressure, so that people might try to snipe my queens, so that I have to be paying attention, and so that I can still have the pressure of ladder to try to be better and to try to also incorporate build order into the game. So, even though we can see very shortly, Lings at 0-1 will not hold off a very strong gateway push like this. It's not going to happen. As soon as this push came across, I had lost. This game was lost. But my queens are all under 70 energy. And they stay that way. This one gets up once, so one mistake. But other than that, other than this push, other than my build order being bad, I played this game very well for the mechanic that I was practicing. So, understand, and this is a problem for people. People will tell me, Imperative, I really want to get better. And I'll say, well, this involves practice, this involves a lot of hard work into breaking down your mechanics, into breaking down the way you play, into analyzing your replays and picking out a thing that you're not doing well enough and doing it. And just doing it over and over and over and over again. So, even when you lose, it can be a game that you're very proud of. Now this next game, I played with the intention of winning. So I let a lot of these things that I've been trying to work on go. I let go a lot of my queen injects. I didn't creep spread. A lot of my mechanics became much sloppier, but I can say that this was a win. So playing to win, you will still sometimes get improvements, but they'll be slower and farther between. So my build order was better in this game. I was more on top of my mineral count in the early stages when I was doing this kind of build, but we can see I've gotten supply blocked. I will later in the game not have good queen energy. It will be very, very high. I'm losing a lot of little things, but I can turn around and say, well, I won this game, so I must have been better. Well, yes, but in one instance, and I was compensating for bad mechanics with a lot of other things. So, I can turn around and say that the last game was a loss that I'm very proud of. This game is a win that is a little bit shameful. Sure, there was some practice. I have issues taking aggressive expansions in this manner. So there was some with that. There was some Overlord spread practice that I had. There was scouting practice. I've scouted this almost when it went down. Defense of Banelings. I could say that I've done all these things, but these aren't things that I have a particular trouble doing normally. So they're kind of nothing special. It's decent practice, but it's not what I want to be doing every game in order to improve well. So you have to take this. This is going to be a shorter one today, and I apologize for that, and no analysis, but this is very important to me. If you want to get better, you cannot play to win. If you play to win today, there will be very little improvement. If you're playing to learn, to get better, you will win tomorrow. You'll win in the future. You'll get better. You'll get that rank. You'll get that league that you want. But you can't play with this unconquerable desire of a win every game. The person that is the best today wins today, but it's the person that learns the fastest that wins tomorrow. This is easily seen in pro players. During the end of Brood War, Idra was amazing. As a foreigner, he was one of the best. But now we see him, he plays with a mindset every day on the stream that I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best. And it gives him confidence, but he plays without as much looking into what can I improve, what can I improve, and digging into what he's not doing well enough, because he can't see fault in himself. Then we look at other players. Stefano is a mixed bag. You watch him play, and he'll look at replays and he'll analyze them for you, and then he'll turn around and he'll play silly games, and while it's good and it's fun to enjoy yourself, he kind of lets that learning go a little bit. So we can look at foreign players and we can say, you know, when HOTS first came out, they were the best. And to some extent that was true. When they were in the beta and the Koreans weren't really into it, we had foreign players really dominating every single thing. They were top of their leagues, they were top of everything. Now we see Korean players come in with a mindset that I need to be better. I need to be better. What can I do to be better? Why can't I play better? You know, what things do I need to work on so that I am the best? And we see already within a month of HOTS, MLG Dallas was a storm. It was all Koreans past the round of 16. So, let us not think that I'll never be as good as. Let's not think that I need to win. A 10-game losing streak can be one of the biggest pride points you have if that 10-game losing streak turns around and tomorrow your mechanics are much better for it. So you can look at yourself and you can say, what am I playing to do? And if you really think that you want to improve and that ladder doesn't matter as a rank, as a number, as a league, as a shiny icon that you can brag about, you can do your game, you can lose, but you can be proud of it. This has been Heartland Hitman's Imperative. I hope you learned something. Feel free to comment. Feel free to send me a message on the forums. I always love hearing back about these.